Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
happy hump day.
Hump day.
Welcome to Girl Chat Sports. You got Mo and Mel here. We're on our Wednesdays. Happy
Yep.
hump day. Happy
Okay.
Wednesday. Happy finally broke 80 in Las Vegas day. I feel like this has been the latest I've lived here when it got to 80, but maybe I'm wrong.
The
April
kids
10th.
are in the pool.
I
The kids
just,
are in the pool.
man,
I'm
the
hearing
kids need.
kids in the pool.
I'm trying to be by a pool
Right.
ASAP. So, or even just whatever.
Yeah.
Just,
And it didn't seem like it was just 80 degrees. It seemed like it was 85 degrees. Like that sun
yes.
was on us today.
Yes. So
Yeah.
happy to finally have seen some warmer weather here in Las
Right.
Vegas.
Absolutely.
Um, Thanks for joining the show. If you're watching, feel free to share. It is free to share. Share with your friends, share with your followers. We appreciate you. You can find
Yep.
us at YouTube at Girl Chat Sports, on all social media at Girl Chat Sports. And of course, we got hot topics we're going to get into. There are a lot of jugadoras. I didn't even put a couple down because there were so many, and I was tired of making these little updates. So there's just a lot. There's a ton of Vegas sports news going on. We got to talk about the NBA. We got to
Yeah.
talk about this WNBA draft coming up,
Yeah.
as well as a little bit of baseball. I mean, we're still in the beginning stages, but your Dodgers and the Yankees is up there, and my Mariners are just
Well, yeah, they doing a dark thing.
not really doing much. We got some great girl power too. So we'll just get into it. Of course, you saw earlier that this was basically the eclipse that mattered to most of us. I
Right.
think that women's
That was the eclipse we
basketball,
could see, that everybody could see.
that
You
was
didn't
the
have to
eclipse
be in
that
Mexico
everybody
or
could
New England.
see. Yes.
Yeah.
You didn't have
You
to
didn't have
have
to
no special glasses. You
right.
didn't have to, blind
Be in a certain
yourself.
geographical location. You could be
No.
anywhere and see this.
Anytime of the day, you could have saw this at morning, noon, or night,
Right.
and it still would have been just this. So,
Right.
great artist put that one together. So that was dope. Of course, we're talking about the eclipse that's transpired. Here's a couple of the funny memes that, of course, the eclipse lasted longer than Aaron Rodgers' career with the Jets this
God dang
past
it.
season. Dallas getting to finally see a ring because Texas had a good
Yeah,
view
right.
of
They
it.
started. Yeah, they
Yeah,
starting point for the states. Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
talking about Dallas already and getting it. And of course, there was a couple stadiums. So like Arlington, the Rangers Stadium, as well as Cleveland's Progressive Ballpark had a couple good views. Here's just a quick little video of just what they got to see.
No, that's the sun moving.
Yeah, so I think that's just cool to be able to, like, it's dark, lights automatically come on for a good few seconds, and yeah,
Right.
we didn't see nothing here, so I didn't see anything here.
Yeah.
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but that was cool.
Yeah.
We got to get into what we
I need
just
to hear these
witnessed.
Hugadores logos. I need to know what's going on with these
Do you want to get
Hugadores.
into that first? Let's get into the Hugadores first, and because it
Okay,
was a
what
solar
did you have
eclipse.
that you're gonna get into?
No, the March Madness, the women, but
Oh yeah,
let's
we can
do
go
the
for it.
Hugadores first
Okay.
because the
Okay.
eclipse kind of brought on some craziness. Like there was
Yes, it
some
did.
craziness out here. There was some craziness I saw with the woman who pushed. I think California pushed like her boyfriend and kid out the car. I don't know. Maybe
People
I
are
don't
losing
want
their
it to
mind.
be dark here in the middle of the day
Right.
because I don't know what would happen to people. I
Right.
mean, they're already crazy enough on full moons, let alone on a on an eclipse.
Tell me about it.
All right, so getting into Hugadores, we got an update. Ja Morant he was basically found to have acted in self-defense in regards to that 2002 incident when he punched a teenager who was 17 during a pickup game, a little altercation after that. So he was found to have acted in self-defense. That's done with, it sounds like.
Okay.
Okay, you've got former Texas defensive tackle Tavondre Sweat. He was arrested on Sunday at 4 a.m. after he crashed his SUV. This was in, I think it was in Dallas, in Texas. That's where he went to school. So he was arrested on DWI. He is headed to the draft this year and actually had pretty good stock of being like a valued third round pick. And yeah, he was got into a crash. At least he, I guess, stayed on scene. So I don't know.
Wow.
How
What would
that
you
may
say, Sarah?
affect. I mean, what are you doing? Again, you're intoxicated, inebriated. It's 4 a.m. Figure it out. But you've got a draft in less than a month. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
This ain't it. This ain't it.
Yeah, right. That part.
So we'll see if that affects any of his stock value. We also got an update on the former Chiefs, Rashee Rice. There is now an arrest warrant out for him in Dallas after him and his attorney had come out saying that he was the one driving the Lamborghini in the
Right.
SUV that is involved in multi-crash. So he I don't know if he's turned himself in yet, but there is an arrest warrant out in Dallas for him. I think there's like 6 or 7 charges against him. So that's not
I'm
such
so
a good.
mad that the first 3 people you're mentioning all have locks.
Maybe
Like,
they need to
really?
change. Maybe they got to
Maybe
change the
change
style
the
to get rid
hair.
of that bed to get the bad out.
Maybe they need to cut off and let the new grow. I don't
Get
know.
the
Get
new
all that
growth
energy
going,
off.
get the new
Yeah.
growth going. Yeah. Maybe there's some like bad energy up in there for them that they need to kind of
Jeez.
figure out.
Bugging out.
I don't have a picture for this, but so we all know who Terrell Suggs is. He
Mhm.
was arrested on Tuesday. What I didn't realize is that he had he had a little issue a month ago at the drive-thru at Starbucks in Scottsdale, Arizona.
I didn't know that
So
either.
I didn't know either. I guess this one missed our radars, but apparently he was driving into the drive-thru at Starbucks. A guy was behind him. I guess he went past the little area, the little thing that you order at, and was
Mhm.
backing up and hit the person behind him. They both get out, exchange words, whether he hit him or not, blah, blah, blase, blase. Apparently they both get
Yeah.
into the car. There was no further issue. But then once he was leaving Starbucks, the other guy said something or flipped him off. Terrell Suggs took out a gun and pointed it outside the window. Apparently it wasn't directed at the guy, but it was outside the window. The guy wrote down his license plate. Terrell Suggs gets arrested Tuesday, gets released this morning. He says he was fearful of his life. Do y'all know how big Terrell Suggs is?
Right.
This is, yes, that same defensive from the Ravens. Like, I mean,
I mean, he could have been like the guy was threatening him, but he
I
should
mean,
have
he
said
could
that. Listen, he should have said that as he's pulling the gun out. I'm in fear for my life. I'm pulling this gun, like, so there's witnesses that heard him say that. That will protect you. You're pulling out a gun, like, I don't
but
know
you
why
pulling
they
out
resort to this.
again.
Like, you don't have to do that.
And
Like,
so, of course, when
nobody
the
gets
police went to
fisticuffs.
find him, they did find a gun in the car. And so apparently while he's being released until his next hearing, he had to turn all of his firearms in, supposedly. I just... And
really
Tuesday was a
devastating
day after
everybody?
this eclipse. Maybe the eclipse, I don't...
Clips got people losing their minds.
Yes,
God, let me just stay in a great state.
Our intern Natalie did bring this Starbucks to our attention, so we appreciate her
Wow, I
for this.
appreciate that, Nat. Big ups to you on that.
Big ups, big ups.
Yeah.
And then we also talked about Jonte Porter before. This is the guy with the betting scandal who barely plays.
This is
People were
really interesting.
People were throwing down major money on him to like go under 5 points, and he was in the 2 games that were in question. He had left early because of sickness, left early because of like some kind of leg issue.
Right.
Well, Adam
Manipulating outcomes
Silver,
of games.
yes, Adam Silver came out and said basically this is a cardinal sin, what he's accused of in the NBA, and the ultimate extreme option I have is to ban him from the NBA. So basically, if allegations of betting are substantiated, Jonte Porter will basically be banned from the NBA. Because it wasn't like you're a high value player. So it wasn't like a lot of people put money on you all the time. Like this was like you barely make 3 or 4 points a game. So when people are making like $10,000, $20,000 bets on you, it's kind of odd, right? Like this doesn't happen.
But the thing of it is you're literally throwing your entire career in the NBA, a lottery ticket that not everybody gets the number punched on. For this,
maybe he can go play overseas or something.
But he can. But I mean, the NBA though, like. But the thing of it is
listen, it ain't good.
I don't need these but you know what? This stems to a further discussion of what pro organizations are allowing sports bets as sponsorships for their organization. I don't think that's a good look. You don't need FanDuel to sponsor you guys. You don't need any of this It just seems like it's not
Everything's
working
sponsored by a betting thing now. Everything you watch is basically on bets.
But
That's
I feel like it should be
unfortunately
against. I think sports should be the out. Like, people are already betting on this. There's already something. We already got traction. We already know who
right.
our market base is. We should leave leagues out of it as a sponsor partnership. We should, because these players keep betting and
Listen,
stuff. A lot of it's addiction. A lot of it's just whatever. But it's in their
I
faces. You
I
got
get
these sports.
I get
Like,
it.
come on.
What can we do though? It's like now that it became legal, it's like catching wildfire out here. Everybody's got to have it. Everybody's doing it, and so it's just wild.
And they're paying big
Also,
bucks for their sponsorship deals. I mean, it gives them money to the league, but at the same time, I think that just should be the one place you don't solicit business. Like,
you would
we know
hope
it's out
so.
there.
You
Yeah.
would hope so. You posted this on our Facebook group. Just so you know, we have a Facebook page, Girl Chat Sports. We also have a
Yeah.
group. So if you want to get in the group, hit the join. It's
Yeah.
Facebook,
Join
Girl
us.
Chat Facebook
For
group. We love
real. We have
it. It's
great
some good.
content on there.
We don't let everybody. We don't need no spam. So I hate when I see
No.
people getting spam. So there's no spam in our group. Like you have to join. We have to approve you. So hop
Yes,
in the
we do.
group, join in, share some love. You mentioned this. So the Bishop Gorman, their head baseball coach, Chris Sheff, had been suspended after an investigation. Apparently, the school received some complaints that were concerning regarding the baseball program. He is suspended. There was a quote about the director of the baseball program saying that he was not with the team right now and that hopefully he is able to return once this is cleared up. There was no discussion as to what these allegations were.
No, but time out, Mel. There's
yeah.
another high school too where a coach is also in question.
In Las
It
Vegas?
came out right after I sent you that on the group text. Another school. I want to say, I don't know, I think it's Las Vegas. It's one of the other high schools where both coaches are in question for some unfavorable stuff that they do in the baseball program.
But here's my thing too, is also there's got to be some pretty interesting allegations to be made for you to completely be suspended from the program. You know what I mean? As of right now. So
Yeah.
it's not like, you might have cussed the player or maybe, didn't let a teammate, maybe they went too hard in practice, too many drills. I don't know. But it would be interesting to see what transpires from this little.
Yeah, but there's two schools now involved. Not only Bishop Gorman, but then they just broke another school. And I'm trying to think of the other school. I'm trying to Google it, but yeah, both coaches are under fire on question.
Something in that Eclipse water, man. It's something. I don't know.
There's several stuff. We're in the middle of April, and a lot of stuff that's on that I didn't have on my bingo card is like crazy. I didn't know I had to do a Las Vegas bingo card. I wasn't expecting a lot of the stuff that's,
a Las Vegas. I didn't know I had to play like independent, investigator this week.
Yeah.
Like I have really tested my old investigatory skills
to get to the bottom of stuff. I know.
To get to the bottom of stories. Like I've been we've been working it. So
we have been working it. And I feel like we're better than some of these other places.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're gonna get into some Vegas news as well. Our Golden Knights right now. Yeah. Are we still down 2-0? Can you check? Can we do a score check?
Yeah, let me get the SPN score check for you. I can't with them because they're playing Edmonton Oilers tonight, correct?
And so the Oilers already clinched. So this is like a nothing game to them, but of course they don't want us to be able to beat them because then we're in. I think I got a synopsis here. So
yeah, it's 3-0.
Jesse Granger said the clinching scenarios tonight in Edmonton is that we defeat the Oilers in regulation and the Blues lose to the Blackhawks in any fashion, or we defeat the Oilers in overtime or a shootout and the Blues lose to the Blackhawks in regulation. So it doesn't seem like that's
either way. The Blues have to lose to the Blackhawks some kind of way, be it a regular
right. But we also have to win at some point
in order for that to happen. It's 3-0. We are in the third period. 19 minutes.
I mean, I know we're a third period team, but this is starting to be a little bit too much for me to handle.
I don't know. We don't make the playoffs. This is going to be a problem.
if we don't make the playoffs, and then of course, because everybody has the conspiracy theory of, about Stone being on injured reserve, and then us getting more cap space to make moves and get these players, and
that's all well and good. But even if we don't go to the Stanley Cup
we
Finals, at
should
least
be
let
at
us be in
least
the
be in the
playoffs. The
playoffs.
playoffs, yeah, coming off of a win. Who does that?
Absolutely.
I'm not expecting them to win a Stanley Cup. I have told you at the very beginning it's hard to win back to backs, but I did expect a playoff contention. I did expect that.
I expected to be in the playoffs.
Me too.
Absolutely.
Me
Like
too.
there was no other doubt about it.
Yeah,
So
me
I
too.
don't.
That should have been that was a no-brainer for me. Nice. We y'all get it
Oh,
together.
nice. So let's just keep our little. I should
And
probably
I'm
get a rally
optimistic. It's
towel
plenty
out
of
or
time. It's plenty
something.
of time. It's plenty
Just
of
hold
time.
on to
17
a little
minutes.
rally towel. Give us a
Right.
little,
I don't know
just
where
put a burping cloth on real quick to give us a little.
I don't know where my tennis
understand.
bobblehead is, but I'm just saying. I think
I
honestly,
gotta put a rally cap on. That's what I gotta
rally
do.
cap. We've got
So
time. Like they can make this. They can turn this around. What's 3 goals? They got this. Come on, guys.
I got it. Well,
Touche,
technically
all
they
of that.
need 4.
They do
And
need 4. They do need 4. Yeah, touche. Yeah, to win.
oh man, it's
Yeah.
tough. But what I will say is we got to give a shout out to the junior Vegas Golden Knights, the women,
Oh,
the
good for them.
girls, the
women.
14U 1A group won the national championship. They're the first
Okay.
female hockey team to represent Nevada and bring that puppy home. They played against South Dakota for the championship. Apparently the championship for South Dakota team, there are a bunch of big girls, but I guess our goalie is fire. So the 14U team brought home the championship.
So we
Congrats
got
to
our
those young
championship for
ladies.
another season then with them. With the women
Right?
that brought it home.
Right?
Good.
I know.
Very good.
Shout out to what's up, Jonathan? Thanks for checking
What's up, John?
in. As
Nothing
well as
other than-
April. April said, what's so cool how Stephen A blew up love and support for the Lady Hoops. I think it's just
absolutely.
all
He
the
did.
media
All
that
the media.
has really gone in, and we'll talk about it in a little bit when we get to like our aces in the WNBA, but just the media exposure, what that's already translated for the league coming
Yeah.
up this season for the WNBA
Right.
and beyond. Now, we don't talk a whole lot about the UFC here or MMA, but we do need to mention that the 300th UFC 300 will be here in Las Vegas this Saturday. Watch out if you're in Vegas this weekend, because I'm sure that traffic will be no joke. Got a co-main event. We got a woman on the co-main event card. So girl power, shout out to them. And I'm gonna mess up names, but I think it's Yang Welly and Yan is I can't get them straight. So I'm sure one of our UFC people can get in here. And, yeah. So they're battling for the strawweight title bout. Also, I didn't realize Holly Holm's on the card, and she's in like the early prelims. I didn't know Holly Holm was still fighting, but she is on the early prelims, fighting against Kayla Harrison. So those are 2 women's fights that you should look out for a while out there. So girl power for them. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
And of course, we got our aces. What was announced is that 35 of our 40 home games will be nationally broadcasted, either on, nationally broadcasted, whether it be on TV or streamed possibilities. But I think we are the second most. Indiana Fever actually got 36 out of 40 because, again, the impact of the Caitlin Clark factor, the Indiana Fever factor. So, and what I saw in a group was that, the single tickets went on sale. We sold out 5 games. They moved the July
Indiana Fever game over to T-Mobile. So we
played the Fever twice back to back at home. The second one got moved to T-Mobile, and I heard that even just got sold out today.
Oh, it did. I was gonna look online for tickets and I totally forgot. So
I would maybe double check. I don't know if the source is correct or not, but it sounded like they went to look, and those tickets. I mean, this is coming into the 4th of July weekend, so it's definitely
I believe it. Yeah.
big
Big money.
time.
They're there for
Big
Caitlin, so
money.
that's the draw. And that's fine because that one's going to be televised on ESPN as well. So we get the
Yeah,
ratings boost and we get the attendance. So let's go.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And,
that'll
and
be
we
good.
got to talk about goats because look
Oh
at all
yeah.
the goats in this picture.
So a night in
Of course,
Paris. We like it.
a little party action for the
Yeah.
ladies. Asia, Dawn, and Asian, and of course Dan Staley, the winning head coach. We're gonna get to in a second. Got to hang out with Serena Williams. They're at the PSG soccer match there in Paris. I believe PSG lost, I think, to Barcelona, or maybe that was a
Oh
different day,
wow.
but yeah, good thing. I mean, great stuff. I think Dawn even had posted a picture later on of her and Sha'Carri Richardson that was there also. So
Nice.
goats everywhere. You know, the ladies are killing
Baby
it,
goat, little
and
goat, big goat. Yeah.
big
All
goats,
of it.
big
Hmm.
goats. I
Little
mean,
goat, baby goat. Hmm.
you know, you
I love
can't.
it.
That's a lot of girl power.
A
So we
lot of
love this.
talent, girl power, right in the one room. Yeah, it's
A lot
fierce.
of knowledge too, I bet. So
Oh, I'm
that's
sure. I'm sure. I mean, there's
yes.
mantras traded. There's all kinds of good dialogue. So
I
shout
bet.
out to
And
that. That's a
the
fierce,
Rolodexes between them,
right?
listen.
That's a fierce force in the room for real. A fierce force in Paris.
Absolutely. So we're excited.
Yeah,
We're getting close to Aces season starts May 14th, or is it
can't
15th?
wait.
The 14th is the season opener here.
Yeah.
So we are literally just a little over a month away before season's getting in. So of course, some of the ladies, I'm sure, are taking their little last minute breaks, minor trips here and there for whatever purposes, and before it's time to get into training camp.
Yeah, for sure.
We got to talk about the lights too. Not only are the lights on a 3 straight winning
When?
win streak, they are having what's called the Bright Lights. It's a special event that's hosted by Jose Batista this Saturday. It's April 20th, not this Saturday. It's next Saturday at 4 p.m. So as you and a guest, if you register, can come in, you can check out the new the club seats, the new premium hospitality space. Food and beverages are included. I mean, the festivities start at 4 o'clock. This is next Saturday. So spots are limited. See if you can still get in there. But whew,
Yeah, you got to RSVP that the 19th or the 18th. I'm sorry,
they
Thursday.
trying to listen. I know because when I watched it on the TV and I watched the game, I was like, wait, this isn't Cashman. It looked nothing like Cashman no more from at least the field view and what we used to usually see being in the field. So whatever they're doing, it's
He
making
leveled up
some
when The
change.
Rock couldn't for XFL. So
Yeah,
let's just
that
congratulate
part.
Jose Batista for
Jose
doing
put
the
money
best
into
he
it.
could.
The Rock and the XFL
Yeah, that
cannot.
was just bad. They didn't throw no money into it. It was just there, a plant.
uh-uh.
But
Right,
Batista is
right,
here, our former Toronto Blue Jay baseball guy. He took a ant and made it a molehill, big time.
right. So
Yeah.
they're in Monterey this weekend on Saturday. They'll be back next week. They actually have, remember, they were in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup is happening again. So on Wednesday, the 17th, they're hosting the Spokane. I think it's a Velocity.
Oh, nice.
They will be tickets are on sale now. It's at 7:30 p.m. And then of course, that same week on Saturday, they'll be playing here at home at 5 o'clock on the 20th. So tickets for that are also on sale.
Nice.
Um, now is the time. Now is the time before it gets to be 112 degrees outside.
Oh,
So
100%.
catch them while you can. Catch them while you can for
Absolutely.
sure.
Yeah.
We got to talk about the
1000%.
Aviators too. Listen, so
Yeah.
the Aviators have some cool stuff coming up to Friday. They got the orange hoodie giveaway, which I love orange. So I'm almost tempted just to buy me a little, grass seat so I can get me a nice orange hoodie. On Saturday, kiddos, they got a whole dinosaur exhibit that's happening. Sunday, kids get to run the bases. And check this out, Mo. Next Friday, they got a giveaway of a jersey. And guess who's on the jersey? Finn the Bat Dog.
I need
My
Finn's
guy.
jersey. I need Finn's jersey.
I need Finn's jersey.
I do.
Finn,
You don't
Finn is
ever see
legit.
that. I love Finn the Bat
No.
Dog.
How many teams do you know have their dog's jersey on it? I mean, their dogs on it. I just, once again, up there on the top right, Finn the Bat Dog. There's a picture of him holding a bat. So how could you not how can
Right.
you not?
Right.
How can you
Right.
not? I swear, it's too much. Hey, what's up, Sandy Rose?
Hey,
Thanks for
Sandy.
checking in. What's up, Dre? He said, "What's up? Let the
Hey,
ball
what's
bounce." We
going on? What's
appreciate
poppin',
you.
brother? I miss me some
Yes,
Dre.
I know.
Dre
It's
been
been a
up to?
minute.
I
What y'all been
gotta
up
tap into my boy.
to? So yeah, that we got the Aviator. Okay, we also got to talk with Las Vegas Silver Stars. Shout out to Miss Bondi. I think she had them on her show today. I
Oh,
didn't
cute.
catch it to hear. I didn't catch it to hear. They had their season opener away last week. I'm not sure if there was a win or not. No one's updated it on their website, FYI. But their first home game is this Saturday, 7:00, Faith Lutheran High School. It's literally down the street from me, so I got to get there. 7:00. Tickets are through their app. You can also, on the link in their bio, LV Silver Stars, you can subscribe to the TV platform that streams their games. So,
nice. Oh, cute. I love it.
these girls are balling. These girls,
Yeah.
not cute. These girls are feisty. Like, I was watching some of their, their promo ads, and I'm just like, oh, Lord. My ankles could never, and I wouldn't want to.
Right.
But shout out to them.
That's
We
dope.
also got to give a shout out. So the A's officially filed for trademarks here in Nevada. Las Vegas A's, Las Vegas Athletics, and the Vegas Athletics. So depending on what they end up choosing, or if they decide to use them all, that's what they've started. It hasn't been approved yet. And if you're like me, and I'm sure like you, unfortunately, we haven't been out to see the Vegas Thrill yet. That's a professional volleyball team here, another women's pro sports team. We haven't been out there. But if this isn't enough reason to go, listen, Monday. Oh, did I miss? This is April 8th? I thought this was.
This is past, girl. This was last week.
I swore this said April 13th. I'm so mad.
God. No, we missed
80s night is where it's at.
Yeah, you love the 80s night.
I swear, I'm
waiting to do a 90s night so I can bring out my pager. I still got.
So they only have 4 home games left. They got the 17th and the 20th. 17th, 20th, and the 1st and the 8th of May. So
wow, that was fast for them. That was a fast season.
I know, it's been a fast. They've already played 16. They played 16 matches. They've been struggling a little bit, but that's okay. It's a new team. It's a new league. I mean, it is to be expected. So hopefully, whatever their drafting process or their trades happen, but it can happen. Yeah. Where they play has also changed. We forgot to mention this last week. So the DLC, Dollar Loan Center. I love the DLC just rolls off the tongue, right?
Right.
And we all know, if you are in Vegas, if you've lived in Vegas, if you visited Vegas back in the day, Lee's Discount Liquor is every corner. It's where you used to go. It's where you're at, the family of Vegas. Lee's has taken over, and it's the Lee's Family Forum. I can't get with the forum part. This ain't LA, number one. And the LFF.
They could say Lee's Forum.
The Lee's Family Forum. It just sounded.
I just said Lee's Forum.
I can't do it. I'm gonna call it the DLC from here on out. I apologize to all the teams.
Hey, listen, I still call crypto staples at times. It slips up sometimes.
Right. I still call Lumen CenturyLink. It is what it is.
What you're used to, you know what I mean? But now I say the Crips. So sometimes the Crips, sometimes the Staples, depending on how these Lakers be playing. We'll talk about it later. But
it's how I'll be going. So. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. But we do.
Forum. Family Forum.
Yeah.
I think I could just say Lee's Forum. LF. Yeah, the LF.
LF. What's that? Isn't there what was those guys' names? LF? Isn't there a
LFG or something like that? Was it LFG?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or you could just say Lift. I could just say the Lift and then call it.
Just take me to the forum. I'll just say the forum.
Yeah, or
I need to go to the forum. The Hendo Forum. The Hendertucky Forum.
I ain't saying that because no. I still think Lift.
That Hendertucky Forum.
I'm gonna call it Lyft and just be done. And I ain't calling about the ride share. I'm just I'm going to Lyft.
So yeah, just FYI, no more DLC. It's the LSF.
That's crazy, no DLC. I liked all of them.
I did too. I thought it fit.
Makes sense, but
I don't think something as intimate as that arena should be called a forum. I feel like a forum is like a substantially, sized
Yeah, like where the
arena.
Lakers won most of their championships. Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
I don't
Yeah.
feel like it's, I don't know, but hey, hope maybe the name change brings on some winning, because the
Right.
Ignite weren't winning there. Unfortunately, the Thrill haven't won much there. I know the Battle Hawks and the Silver Knights. Like,
Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Guess we'll
They
see.
change. You never know.
It already there's already one team that's not coming back there. So
Right.
Anyway, shout out the LFF. Hey, we gotta talk about everyone watching women's sports.
Yeah.
Listen,
And I
if
do
you lived
mean
on
everyone, including the naysayers that said they would never watch women's basketball nor take it seriously.
all in the
And we're
Kool-Aid.
all in watching.
And it don't matter if you were leaving negative comments or positive comments. The fact of the matter is you were watching.
And they lived in your head rent free to make a comment. So you watch.
All of that. All
There
of
you
that.
go.
You and your little Twitter fingers behind what did Joy
Right.
Taylor said, behind, Couch Potato 099 with no profile pic and no followers and nothing. Like, we get it. Like, okay, hate all you want. Hate all you want.
Right.
Of course, we know the Gamecocks won. This is
Rightfully
the
so.
second championship that Don Staley has brought for the Gamecocks. Finished with a 38-0 perfect season.
Yeah, I was about to say the undefeated Gamecocks won.
Undefeated Gamecocks. She makes history as the first Black coach, male or female, to win 3 NCAA titles.
Love it.
And for the first time ever, once again, ever, the women's NCAA finals had more viewers than men. Boom.
Yeah, man, it was a dull little thing.
It was dull. I literally knew one guy's name, maybe two after the one guy on Purdue slam dunk. No, crazy. I was like, whoa.
You talking about Zach?
No, Edie was good, but they're number 23. I forgot his name. He got subbed in. Next thing you know, he's taking a rebound off the board and is just.
I may have turned and missed that one, but I knew UConn was going to win. I had picked UConn, and that was just.
Here's the deal, and I think Barstool Sports and the Presidente, he made a $600,000 wager, wins 2 point something million. But like one of his guys on the show mentioned, like, UConn has been the bet all year. They've covered and then some. So there's like no way they were losing it. Like, if you could have done one of those bets where you just kept rolling with your bet and kept on making more and more money.
Right.
It would have happened.
Because UConn definitely was going to pull that off. I knew that was going to be the case. Yeah,
absolutely. You're not beating them. So the girls.
Shout out to Bill Murray's son, who was the coach of UConn.
Yeah. Again, there was also more people watched the women's title game than watched the NBA finals last year. Just to put that in perspective. Put that one in perspective. Shout out to Don Celino. She got emotional after the game. We don't see that too much from her. So it was great to see just that number, 18.7 or 18.9, whatever that final tally is. Like, this is where it's at. This is what's happening. And this is what's going to be sparking the movement forward. I mean, granted, there's been a movement, so we don't want to, get those veterans upset with us or anyone else. We're just happy that whoever's jumping on now is jumping on, and hopefully you stay for
And we have to thank Caitlin Clark, because if it wasn't for her, this would not be the viewership. Just to be honest, I'm gonna keep it a billion. I'm gonna keep it.
It's not. And there wouldn't be the contracts, the TNT, TBS, they've already signed for a multi-year deal to be broadcasting in the UK and into Europe. So that's major. I'm sorry. The girl, I got her jersey retired. She's been gone for what? A week?
Yep.
Not even 4 days. 4 days and her jersey's retired.
Might as well.
That's the impact this girl had.
You're not gonna see another like it.
You're not going to see this. I've never seen someone's jersey retired 3 days after their last game.
Well, I've never seen someone pass so many shooting records that I've seen in a college sport.
Assists,
like
shooting.
So I'm not surprised, and well deserved, and that's fine. That's a good chapter to close with Iowa.
Been a movement.
Yep,
What's up,
movement.
Goose?
Yep.
Goose is in here. We got a couple of the LTBB up in there same time. Yeah.
Yeah, where's Bill? What's Bill doing?
Bill Blackham. Understood
Oh,
because White America
absolutely.
was
I
pulling
said
for.
that. I said
Yeah.
the underlying issue for this whole thing was a race thing. That's exactly what it was
I mean, what do you
motivated
expect in
for.
Iowa either? I mean, like it's a race thing that went across the country, but is
I mean,
Iowa? I
the fact
mean,
that she was a symbol for them and it
yeah.
represented a lot of people. So it was just that
I
kind of
just
thing.
hope those same fans continue to support Iowa basketball with
Well,
her
that's what I said. I
gone.
said keep that same
Yeah.
energy and show up for the next round of players because they still got a lady that was hurt that came in the last few minutes and she's been their girl too. So they
Yep.
better keep that same energy going. Is all I can say.
Even though the transfer portal's about to be wild, I know Don's going to try and pick up some people. It's just listen.
Definitely gonna pick up a
Don
big.
lost all 5 starters last year. Like I mentioned
Yep.
before, she's like the Gamecocks are now like Alabama football. Like when one whole roster is gone, the whole bench just moves up and performs just as well. Like that's what you got, and you've got a coach you can coach them all into doing that.
She's like being Coach K of the Duke. Like you just never always are going to predict them. So I see South Carolina going all the way each and every single year as long as she's there. Before there's talk of her not being there and going into an NBA or going to WNBA or anything that they try to get her on.
And so it is. So just for a little recap on women's sports for those that are just now starting to get the gist of things, we saw the championship game on Monday. Next Monday, the 15th, you got the WNBA draft. It's at 4:00 here Pacific time. This is sold out. It actually will have fans in attendance, sold out in New York City. And then less than a month later, you've got the first game of the WNBA regular season starting. And we'll talk about the draft here in a second too, because of course Caitlin Clark is projected to go number 1 to Indiana. Right. Indiana's banking on it. Every fan in every WNBA city is banking on it because Fever tickets are the first ones gone. Those ticket sales.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you thought those Iowa games was getting high. Wait till it comes like down to the wire when people are trying to go see one of these Fever games. Wherever the Fever are playing, them tickets are going to be high just as well. So,
well, we just sold out if that's true at T-Mobile for a July 2nd game, and that's months away.
Yeah,
yeah,
insane. It's going to be wild.
And it's going to be the West Coast, so you're going to see NBA players there. You're going to see it's going to be a star-studded affair. It's going to be fan-based, and Jason Sudeikis is probably in the building. Whoever else,
of course he is. So everybody, it's going to be a whole show. There's going to be a bunch of shows across the country for this. Whether she outperforms what people expect or whether she underperforms, it's still happening. People are out there to see her, and that's just what it is. So
the New York game is going to be amazing too. That's going to be crazy.
Robert's here saying hi, Mo, checking in.
Robert. Robert has adopted. Robert is a girl dad. Can I tell you about Robert? He's so dope. He's a girl dad. Yes. One of his girls plays volleyball in college. She is amazing. Shout out to her. But he has gotten on the train of women's sports. He's been on it, but he's really adopted like the Aces. He's like a big fan of them. He tapped in for NCAA women's. I kept telling him, like, watch this women's game. You gotta see it.
You gotta check it out.
Sunday with the Iowa, like we're back and forth. I'm giving him some insight on how dope South Carolina is, but not to take away who Caitlin Clark is either. So but it was great, and he was very hyped about it, and I think we got us another person on board that's loving women's sports.
All right. Welcome aboard, Robert. Welcome to the train. Yes.
Welcome to the train, Robert.
Hey, we got to get
that train. His daughter's going to be probably playing for the Las Vegas Thrill one of these days.
Hey, to have a professional volleyball league out there, period, to where you can be at, like that's where it's at. That's it right there. How do you not? And then to be playing in Vegas, come on now.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, makes sense.
Just make sure you Uber, because we have enough issues with professional athletes out here and drinking and driving. So whatever you do.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Get the Uber Lyft, please.
Yeah.
And we got to the draft, mock draft. Of course, Caitlin Clark supposedly a Fever, but there can be some understanding as to where some of these players are going to go. You got Cameron Brink supposedly still to number 2. Camila Cardoso was supposed to go at number 4. It looks like they've potentially switched them. Aaliyah Edwards over in 5. Angel Reese got moved down to is that 7? I think
I think it's 7.
8.
I'm trying to read it.
7.
Oh, the 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
6. Yeah, that's 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
But there may
right
be
above
shakeups.
Elisa Peely.
I'm expecting shakeups and shocks. This is just tentative.
There's going to be some shakeups, some shocks. Here's the deal. If Los Angeles Sparks, who have this 2 and 4 position, if they are able to bank on getting two big two bigs,
Right.
that's going to be crazy. So depending on what Chicago does, I don't know. It's going to be intense. Like Karen Brink is nice. And shout out to Donnell who just chimed in too. She's nice. I was watching some of her highlights again. Like she is good. And again, she can shoot from the 3 if she wanted, so it's great for a big.
Absolutely.
But some of that stuff that Camilla does on that bat, I mean, she's 6'7".
I know.
She's got
Cardoza.
power. She's solid. Like it's just
they might let
and
her
not
rock,
to take anything else from any way. I mean, there's great names in there. Plus, there's a full-on list of like 80 girls, and there's no spots to go right now. So most of these girls are going to end up in the AU, Athletes Unlimited probably, or go overseas. Maybe, hey, Ice Cube, why don't you break that $5 million you were going to give Caitlin, break it up into like
to some of the girls that aren't going to be able to
take the $5 million and make a big 3 for women. Like you could have a whole league right there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Why not?
Make it a college big 3. Like, why not? You could have those girls that are in between that can just do it. I don't know. It's 5.
It's not a bad idea. That's $5 million though.
I mean, $5 million that could easily be done and just make a tournament over like 2 weeks, or do what Athletes Unlimited does. I mean, that make it like a 4 to 6 week event. Shoot.
Yeah, easily.
Easily. So I'm excited for the draft Monday. I'm gonna be watching it.
Too. This is gonna be actually the first time that I actually will tap in and not be like, oh yeah, we'll just see where it goes. But this is an exciting one. It's a lot of stellar players on here, and it just
I mean, this year is wild. Plus, it's got a live audience, which usually it was just media, coaches, family, whatever. Right. So getting the fans in there to be able to take part in it. And again, this thing sold out like right after it was announced. They sold this place out.
Yeah, so, isn't that something?
It'll be amazing. It'll be crazy. All right, let's move on a little bit to the the NBA. Okay. I didn't catch this game, but I'm sure you might have.
We had to start with my team. Why we can't start with the Bulls sometimes?
Because the Bulls, listen, the Bulls are holding on with a life vest to the play-ins right now. I was surprised we were even going to make the play-ins, which is amazing.
Whatever record, like they ain't
I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take it. But when I saw that Draymond cashed in for over 5 3-pointers along with his splash brother cousin,
this was a Draymond I hadn't seen in a long time, and I was just in complete shock. And I didn't appreciate my mother texting me, rubbing it in.
Oh, Mrs. Threets was going in.
Well, yeah, she's a Dubs fan. She's all about it. She's like, oh, well, we clinched our playoff. I said, well, we clinched ours too. We just a little lower, but AD was hurt. And my mom was like, that's a moot point. Why are you even bringing that up? But AD was hurt. Let me just give you some context. We needed a big out there. We needed an AD. Our team did the best they could. LeBron played stellar. He had over 20 points, I think, at the end of the third or something like that. He was balling. But they just were on fire. Whatever Draymond had in his water, I've never seen Draymond do that.
You know what it was? Before that game, he was talking to Klay Thompson, I think, on his pod, and he was talking about, hey, listen, how does it make you feel when you see me do this dumb shit out here? Like, what do you? And Klay was trying to be very respectful about it, and he was just like, listen, like, you're part of the family. We miss you on the court. And so maybe just hearing those words is going to help him change gears a little bit. I don't know, but
I don't know, but he surely did a whole 360 on that, and he really went around the world and was shooting those threes. I've never seen that. I saw him shoot the first 3, and then I saw that. I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on?
You're like, this is too much.
And our guys couldn't even catch a 3 if we wanted to. Austin Reeves would try to answer back. I think he did in one play, and then it just went, oh my God. I was not expecting that L like that. My mom was early in the morning talking about it. She's like, "Oh, go Warriors!" By the way, at the end of the.
I love your mom. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate the talk.
And then she's gonna send me a gif of the fat lady singing. Oh, the fat lady singing. 5 minutes left. Fat lady singing. Yeah, okay.
I love it. Oh, I love it.
Me the whole game. Like, come on.
Hey,
how was Dad taking this? Like, he was sitting on the couch, just not saying nothing because he was talking big stuff too.
Giannis got lucky ish. He left the game last night with a left calf injury. They did MRI. His Achilles was fine.
Oh,
but he's
good.
going to be out a few games. They said it's going to be like tested daily just to kind of see. He most likely will miss the rest of the regular season. But there's a lot of people coming in and out. Like I know Cat's supposed to be coming back, and I don't know if he got back in there. There was a few other players that have,
I don't know if Trae Young is coming back. He had his
they said
surgery
he's supposed
too.
to be ready
He's
to
supposed to be coming
go.
back and ready to
So
go. Yeah, Julius Randle is not. So Knicks, we already knew that was going to be
he's
whatever.
not. But Natalie did make sure to remind me that his surgery went well. And I said, "Oh, is he playing for the rest of
That's
I said, "Is he going to play in the playoffs?" She goes, "It doesn't matter. His surgery went good." I'm like, "Well, I was hoping it wouldn't go bad because that would just be something the doctor messed up on." But yes. His surgery went well in case anybody else out there is a Knicks fan.
That's all right. Jalen Brunson goes try to get in there and do what he needs to do.
Listen, Jalen Brunson what did he do? He scored 45 points against my Bulls.
Yeah.
It was a second straight over 40-point game. So you can't stop
The
that.
Minnesota Timberwolves took my AD out. I just need to preface why he was hurt because we had a scrappy game on Sunday against Minnesota.
Okay.
So
okay,
that's what did it. But then but
we'll
I get it.
We'll see what playoff AD does.
Yeah, I mean, and this is only like I want to say, and Goose, you can help me out. I think they were saying that it was only his 6th game missed this whole season, like street clothes.
Wow, he turned the street clothes back
in the game. He feels bad when he missed out. Yeah,
so we gotta talk about the play-ins. The play-ins are starting on Monday. I don't know where the East ones are. I know the West ones. I think we're in LA, right? Or I don't know.
And shout out to, I guess, the Mavericks. A coworker mentioned that to me was, he's a Mavs
So
fan.
these are the screenshots I took this morning or took earlier this afternoon. The East is pretty much set as far as like what's in and what's out, but then you've got the Western Conference, which listen, one of these teams like Phoenix could make it into and get out of the play-ins. If that's the case.
Yeah, I don't want
They're
them to.
one game behind the Pelicans. I mean,
let's just go.
I didn't realize Golden State was down so far. I mean, but look at their scores or their wins and losses versus like the Bulls and the Falcons and the Hawks.
I said, yeah, you got to win 36 games and you can get in the play-in on your
Hey,
conference.
listen.
Like that's
this
crazy.
is looking like the NFC East of old days. Like you could get into the playoffs with under 500 500. So
that's something.
Yeah, plans. It's playoff time. The NBA season is officially about to get hot. And I'm with it. I can finally start enjoying the NBA season. We got to get up to Isaiah Thomas.
You haven't really been
watching. I have been watching off and on when I catch a game, but there's got to be like nothing else on. Shout out to the dog, former Husky alumni Isaiah Thomas. Got to sign with the Sun for the rest of the season. So happy to see.
After all of that.
All that, still in great shape, still playing. So good for him.
The fact that they would have him in the G League like that, they should have done that early on anyway. He
don't need to be there. Listen,
he did not need to be there.
Maybe for like a game or two, just to make sure he's in game.
If that, put him on the practice squad on the team, like whatever. Come on, they needed the help. There are so many teams that needed help. Could have had him.
I get it. We've also talked about those 3-pointers and how the league has been changing. Like, a 20-point lead don't mean nothing. If you got 5 or 4 minutes left, you better still watch the game because it could easily end. This is interesting. If you can see this little diagram here in the bottom, the left, all those red dots are the shots, the 300, the top 300 shot locations during the 2004 season. So you see how there's a couple of, a handful of spots with some breaks on the 3-point line. Of course, the top of the key, down low, baseline. Look at 2023, 2024. Those are the top 300 shot locations this year in the league. There is nothing. There is no mid game. There's nothing. I mean, we know that because we see what's happening with the league and the threes. But this diagram just was like mind blowing to me. So
Steph Curry.
Yeah, the hood Hood Atlas. Yeah, thanks for that little diagram because that just blew my mind. Meanwhile, you're getting stuff like this happening too. How I've never in my life seen 2 free throws in an entire game made. I'm sorry, 2 free throw attempts.
That's crazy.
The Celtics had none. Like, was there just no fouls? I didn't see the game, but I caught this and was
Well,
like,
Bucks were
what
just
is going
owning them. They were
on?
going on so much of a run. There was no chance
Yeah,
for Boston. And I didn't know if Boston was sitting their starters. I didn't know what was going on because Boston's a juggernaut in the East. They're darn near 50 wins or whatever.
that
But I
part.
just didn't know what was going on with that game and to see
Were the
the Bucks
refs
take
the
over
refs
like that.
whistles work? Like, were did they decide
And they
to
were playing in Milwaukee too. It wasn't like they were in the Garden because the Garden they definitely would have had people going to the line. But I don't know. I don't know why
Yeah,
Boston
I
wasn't
don't
having to
know.
go to the line.
I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. It's just it's a
Now,
lot.
before we move
Yeah.
on to the subject, I needed to also bring attention and awareness, and I don't know if people knew this, that Nate Robinson needs a kidney. He
Oh, he
stated on Yahoo
does?
Sports that he does not have long to live if he does not get his kidney. That was announced today.
Another Husky.
Another Husky, another Chicago Bull,
I know he'd been
alum,
doing
all of that.
dialysis for a long time, but I hadn't heard that
Yeah,
news.
yeah. He's been dealing with renal kidney failure since
Ugh.
2022 for 4 years, and he wanted a voice for those that are having trouble. But he's been doing that advocacy work. But now he really, really is in dire straits and said that I know that I don't have long if I can't get to live if I don't get a kidney. So
Oh
pray
man.
for him because
Absolutely.
that's
And I'm
kind of a
hoping that
big
when he
blow.
started having those issues, they at least put him on a list to start with. Cause like
Man, listen, I didn't
and then
expect
but
that
then
to
it
happen.
also makes you think about like, we got to get into the, after retirement or stuff of healthcare for professional athletes. Sometimes they don't get that
Absolutely.
healthcare. We have elderly, we got some of the older players from like the 70s, 80s. I know some from the Sonics that are having major health issues and they don't have that healthcare coverage anymore. So I'm hoping he also has some good benefit package where it's able to, help in that instance too, because medical bills are no joke, no matter how much money you got at all.
Yeah, and the fact that his dialysis works for him is great, but without
Mm-hmm.
getting a new kidney, it's not.
Gold Knights lost
Yeah.
5-1.
God dog it. More bad news. Another tragedy.
There's gotta still be a way. There's gotta still be
Five
a
to one.
way.
What is going on?
5-1. I don't know.
So
I
they
want
not only did they score twice within that 17 minutes of the third period, Gold Knights were able to kick off one, but then we couldn't get anything else.
kick off a hole. Yeah.
2 more goals.
Listen, it's gonna be a little bit of struggle for what do we
It is
have?
gonna
Like
be
a
the
week
struggle bus,
left?
man. We
2
are on
weeks
the
left?
struggle
I don't know.
bus. We are in the front of the struggle bus. Okay. Jesus.
Hmm. Um,
Shout out to TNT
quickly.
for airing the game, but God, for
Yeah.
what? We lost. The
But
one
it was
time I can
blacked
watch it.
out for certain people too. Like it was
Yeah.
blacked out. Like how do
Well,
you
that was a problem too. Then that's not fair. We didn't have
it
all
is
attendees watching.
it's not
Yeah.
at all. Not at all.
Right.
Hey, baseball we've got going on. At least you got your Dodgers for right now that are doing well. I know
My
the
Dodgers are doing
Yankees leading
awesome.
everything. My Mariners are I mean, here's the deal. Usually we do good in the start and we end up not being able to make the playoffs. I'm hoping that us not playing good now could hopefully mean that we get our ish together and get this turned around. But having some powerhouses like Julio Rodriguez and some other guys, and we're just not able to crack a bat is what's terrible.
Yeah, we just took over those Twins, and we got the Padres we're facing this weekend. That's actually good game play. We're actually in LA in
Yeah,
Dodgerland with the Friday game and the Saturday Sunday games, and so
that's
the
good. I mean,
boys
like
have
the
moved, and the
Mariners, they're
Padres
winning
were
in
no slouch
overtime,
last
and that's
season.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, the Padres were no slouch last season, so I think we can get them. So we
So
just
we got to
prepared
talk
to
about
succeed.
this kid, literally, this
Right.
young man,
This was so
Jackson
cute.
Holiday, son of Matt Holiday. He got called up to the big leagues for the Orioles.
Yeah.
There's of the 3 youngest players in the Major League Baseball right now, all named Jackson. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
So here's some old Jackson factoids. Jackson was born December 4th, 2003. This is the same year that I was already moving to Vegas, already out of college. So just to put it in perspective. Billboard's #1 song, Baby Boy by Beyonce featuring Sean Paul. #1 film at the box office, The Cat in the Hat. Friends was airing in its final season. Kenan Thompson had just joined NBC Saturday Night Live for his first of 20 plus seasons. The Marlins won the World Series. 20
Did
years
you see
old.
the video of when he got the call?
Yes, to call his dad. That was so
Yes,
cute.
that was very cute.
It was good. The
I look
kid's
forward to
good.
seeing that game with him in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Donnell's the kid's a stud.
Kid
He is.
is
I
a
mean,
stud. 20 years
there's
old.
not
They
many
called him a
kids that just
no.
there's not many kids that get drafted to Major League Baseball that immediately are coming straight
Right.
into the league.
Yeah,
So
exactly. They're in AAA minors
fire.
for quite some time before they can even get called up, and he just got
What's
called.
crazy is that what's funny is that I was trying to, I'm trying to go to DC in the summer, and I wanted to try and catch some game. The Mystics won't be there. Hockey is going to be over with. And I was like, okay, baseball, maybe I can catch like, what is the Washington's
The
baseball
Washington
team again?
Nationals or the Orioles or something
Nationals.
like that.
But the
Yeah.
Orioles are there. So I think I might try and catch an Orioles
Yeah,
game.
you
And if I
gonna
can,
have
I would,
to.
gotta see
You
something
gonna
while
have
I'm
to.
out there.
Yeah, you gotta see
For sure.
Jackson. Let's go.
See the
Yeah.
kid.
See
That
the
he
kid.
literally could. And I believe that
So
he
cute.
also got permission from the Ripken family to wear Cal Ripken's number too, number 7.
Oh,
I think
what?
he
And he didn't
yes.
have to pay for it.
I don't think so.
That's
I don't
good.
know. But I'm pretty sure I saw that they Cal Ripken had made a post. Cal Ripken Jr. made a post that he said, "I'm glad that he'll get to wear the number 7." So
Wow. Okay. That's what's up.
that's kind of great. That's kind of great. Yeah.
Yeah.
The NFL also announced that the Sao Paulo game in Brazil will be the Packers versus the Eagles. We knew it was the Eagles, but it's officially Packers and Eagles. It's going to be September
What a
5th.
game to be in Sao Paulo, Brazil for.
Yeah,
That's
man.
a dope look.
Brazil. This is the first ever regular season game in South America.
How
It'll
warm
also
and
be
humid will that game be? Man.
September. Well, I don't know because that could be more like towards the end of their winter. Maybe are they? I feel
I
like
don't
because they're.
know how their
I
seasons
don't
work.
know. But it's the first Friday game on opening weekend in more than 50 years. It's gonna be on Friday.
Let me tell you something. This international NFL thing is blowing up ridiculously.
Uh-huh.
I'm loving it. I need to see more teams doing that. Hopefully they'll add more to the load of that schedule. Like when you do the London games and you do Mexico City for the Raiders sometimes. Now Sao Paulo, Brazil. I would love different locations. I would love to see all of this.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
I
dope.
don't know. I don't know.
That's a great trip for
Donnell
any
said Cal was
NFL.
number 8. I don't know what they were saying then because there was a bunch of posts about Cal Ripken Jr., something about the kid. I'm not sure what
Oh,
I
is that
read
Cal
then.
Ripken was number 8? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it was I guess I'll look into it and get back to everybody. But yeah, so anyways, on to girl power before the end of the show. Oh, wait, I forgot to mention Pittsburgh's new quarterback out here in essence.
You know he is.
First of all, I don't know if
God,
Russell
family,
would.
and football. Let's go, Russell Wilson. And you need to disclose that prayer. And Sierra needs to disclose her prayer. And he didn't do it.
It was the fur for
I'm loving it though. But I'm telling you, okay, I showed you what I liked and what I rather have.
Yes.
And the Jasmine Idris.
I love it
one
for
is
him. That's
Idris
great.
also.
I looked at it and I was like, I don't know if he had just got back from vacation or what. I'd never seen this shade of Russell before.
Oh yeah, he's definitely darker. Yeah.
Right. And so
I
I didn't know if it was like the fashion lighting. I don't know. Cause I was like, did he just
he's
get back
darker,
from like
man.
Hawaii with the
Look, he's blending with the
family?
coat.
Right.
Yeah, he's
So
darker.
at first I was like, did someone Photoshop this? Then I saw Essence posted it and I was like, oh, okay.
No. Our Russ is there.
RS is there. Hey, let's get a couple quick thank yous for some of the men out there that support women. We appreciate all men that support the women in sports and women in general. Got to give it up also to Eli Manning. He joins the ownership for the New Jersey, New York, Gotham FC.
Nice.
He joined that group. And so he was on talking about, just getting ready getting ready for the season. Women's professional soccer league is out there doing big things. Right. And then we also need to talk about Steph Curry. Steph Curry took out an Under Armour, put up 10 large billboards all throughout Columbia, South Carolina, where Malaysia Fawili's from. Nice. In congratulation of her winning that championship, because that's all she wore was the Under Armour Steph Curry shoes. So That's dope. I mean, can you
That is
imagine
cool. I like
your
that.
face on 10 big ass billboards around the city?
Yeah,
Like
I like that. That's pretty cool.
that's
I do
pretty
like
cool.
that.
I
Okay, and I
know.
have
It was
two
good.
local special shout outs of girl power today on a
Okay.
birthday tip.
Please.
First of all, shout out to our sportsnista, Cassandra
Oh,
Cousineau. Oh, we'll do
okay.
Sandra next.
I knew
Cassandra
you were gonna say
Cousineau,
it.
so we
Yeah.
got to
Yes,
podcasting.
Sportsnista. Happy
Sportsnista's her birthday
birthday.
today. Happy birthday to you,
She
sis.
out there getting
Thank
all
you
her
for
birthday
everything.
treats.
Right. And then, her knowledge of boxing and UFC and combat
Man,
division
listen, she's
sports
an
is just
encyclopedia over
to
there.
the whole level. So shout out to you and being that powerful woman. And then the
Yeah.
second one, of course, is our girl,
Yeah.
Sandra Douglas Morgan, Raiders
Raiders
president. I
president.
texted her today, wished her a happy birthday, told her I missed her.
Yeah.
She texted me back and was like, I miss you too. And I was like, oh, I
We miss
wish
you
you
to get
a
on the
very,
show,
very good Aries
Sandra.
season and happy birthday to both of these
Yes.
ladies. They're both phenomenal in what they do. So
I
shout out
hope
to Girl
Aries women are
Power.
better than Aries men, because I swear, Aries men.
Let me tell you something. That's my dad and my brother. A special shout out to my brother Marcus.
Really?
His birthday is tomorrow. Shout out to Marky. He is in
Maybe
that
the
Aries
threats are
season as
just
well.
different. I'll just put they on.
I don't know, but I have Aries men in my life, and I'm not about to bash them. So
Okay.
my dad and
I
both my
haven't come
brothers.
across, I need to, I'll keep my mind open. And I love your
If you,
dad anyway, and of course your brother too. So that helps me out knowing that Aries aren't all.
yeah, because that's what my dad has the swagger and
Oh, for sure. Hello.
such the
Absolutely.
cool of an
Listen.
OG with his Aries season. He's a March Aries though, but my brother
Okay.
is tomorrow. He's April Aries, and shout out to
Oh,
him.
tomorrow? Oh,
Tomorrow, April the
wow.
11th. Yes,
Okay.
baby
Okay.
brother. Yeah, shout out Marcus. Happy birthday.
Speaking of OGs, listen. Head coach Tara Vanderveer
Yeah,
says
it's
goodbye,
been a nice
retires
run.
after 38 seasons. The
Yeah.
most winningest coach, college basketball coach out there, period. Point blank. You see that jacket right there? That's all those check marks she's got. So I saw some people kind of posting about, maybe Lindy LaRock would be heading over to Stanford to go back to her alumni, but it appears they're going with one of her staff members who's also a former player, which is Kate Pay, to take over the coaching as she
And
was a
that
member
makes
of
sense. That
yeah,
totally
because
makes
she's
sense.
been
Yeah.
there. She's been
Right.
there. She's been by your side. So we'll see
Yeah.
how that works. But congratulations to head coach Tara Vanderveer and to a happy retirement. She's 70. Like it's time. At some point you just don't want to. Man, that's gotta
It's
be a
time,
lot.
and it's a good run, and her dash is just truly amazing with all of her
Absolutely.
accomplishments. So yeah, big ups
Absolutely.
to her. I saw that on Instagram that she was retiring. I'm like 38 seasons. Yeah,
38.
it's
Like
time.
that's
I'm glad some of these women recognize, and a few of these coaches and stuff recognize when it's time.
yeah. Like it's just like what
And you
else
got to
can you
pass the
do?
torch. Yeah.
I mean, I think for her too, like getting to that number where she could then surpass the male coach. I mean, to get to that number,
Absolutely.
yes, but
You
after
always
that, it's
have
kind of
some
like,
individual
what
personal
can you
goals
do?
you want to get in your
She
career,
helped
like career
change
goals.
like the women's game in the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
So
She's
good for
up
her.
there with,
And
Pat Summits and all them. Yeah.
oh
Hmm.
yeah,
For
absolutely. Listen,
sure.
she's
So,
we talked about her last week, Lindsay Harding. So, she won she's the head coach for the Stockton Kings G League team that they were in the playoffs. I don't know if they're still there or not, but she is in the running to interview with the Charlotte Hornets for their head coaching job.
oh,
So
wow.
big
Yeah,
ups
we
for
did. I
that.
saw that announcement come yesterday. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, wow.
Like, come on. Go ahead.
And
Go
I don't want
ahead.
Becky to leave, but are we not having her in the conversation still with her
The
back-to-back
thing,
wins?
I feel like, I wouldn't want Becky to leave either, but I feel like maybe Becky wants that 3P more than anything else right now.
That could possibly be.
Not to mention, I feel like, where she's at now. I'm not saying that she wouldn't want to go to the NBA ever, but I feel like she likes this attention that's happening right now with the league, with women's basketball, which everything. I think that just maybe might be a reason for her wanting to be there longer or at least sticking out her full contract. I don't know. Or at least getting the 3P.
Well,
Then
I
she
feel like
can.
the three-peat is good, but I also think that she needs to be mentioned in that conversation as well. But it
Oh,
is a
for
big up for
sure.
Lindsay Harding. I'm
Yeah.
just like, that just came from left field, and I'm like, oh, did we not? Is Becky
Yeah.
not an option in that? I just
She
wonder
could be. Maybe
because
it's
we're
on the
looking at the
DL.
first, right? We're looking at the first NBA coach, and who is
Right.
gonna go that
Well,
way.
then
So
people are asking about Don Staley. I don't think
yeah,
Don
that
really
too.
wants to leave either. I mean, I
But I
think
think she's got to do
eventually,
WNBA too.
yeah, I think she also sees what she does for these girls in school still
Hmm.
and helps them get prepared for the next. I think she kind of takes that personally and wants that to be like her way of giving back to the game as well. But
Plus,
I
it's
can't speak for
her
them.
spiritual calling too, because she's
And she
very
gets I mean, she gets paid that money playing coaching college. So what at that point it's not even an issue. But yeah, and here's the deal. But you also know that the WNBA season starts in a month. Maybe Becky has said that she would interview if it's kept under wraps because she doesn't want to start that hoopla before the season starts. You never know.
absolutely true. Yeah, you never know. Absolutely.
Media can't know everything. Shoot.
No, we don't. I just brought it up because she was slated to be the first. Like that was the one they
Mhm.
were going to be talking, having those
But
conversations.
I still feel like if Coach Pop is there, she's not gonna change. I feel like if Coach Pop leaves, she might want to take over then. It'd be like a handing of a changing of the guard.
Yeah, I can see that. She could be coaching Wimby and some others. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
possibly.
So, anyways, yeah.
Thank you,
Allie
everybody.
says Becky wants it done. Thank you, everybody. I don't know. We had like a lot of good viewers
Yeah.
on YouTube. It looks like
We
today too.
did. We
So.
did. I thank for everybody for tapping in. This is a
Yes,
great
yes.
night.
Thank
And
you. Make sure to check out the WNBA draft on
right.
Monday. If you want, I'm gonna be watching it at the house. Maybe have a little draft party. So if anyone wants to holla.
Yeah, right.
That's about it. That's all we got for today. Enjoy the weather, Vegas.
I know
Stay
3 days
safe
in the
out
80s and
there.
then it's supposed to go down again. I don't
I
want
know.
that. But let's just
But did
enjoy
you
these
see
3
those
days.
hailstorms in Texas? Like,
Nah.
good luck for the people everywhere else that are dealing
Nah.
with, the
Can't.
rest of these ailments. Like,
I
I'm just gonna
know.
sit
Ooh,
back in my final
so
80-degree
sorry about
weather
that.
and enjoy.
Right.
But again, we appreciate you. If you're just catching the end, you can always hit the replay, watch it again. Make sure to go to YouTube. You can check out we'll be posting the show later at Girl Chat Sports, all social media Girl Chat Sports. And yeah, that's it. Girl power.
Yeah, thanks for everybody joining the chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we appreciate y'all. Take
Yeah, we
care.
do.
See you next week.
All right, we're out.